I'm Ashanti Blaize, and we're at the Gourmet Market at the Dallas Market Center, and this is Stop Foodies DFW. If you are a foodie, then this is definitely the show for you. In the next half an hour, we're going to show you how to make some of your favorite meals from restaurants all across North Texas. We're also going to brush you up on your knife skills, and we have a local chef, and she's going to show you why she set up shop in Fort Worth. Here's Annie Potasnik.
The Brownstone is the brainchild of Chef Casey Thompson, and she's targeting Fort Worth tastes, like using confit pig belly cooked in its own fat for a pate. But instead of calling it pate, guests can order potted pig served in a jar off of the menu. The chef puts her touch on every entree.
And I thought, why not do a chicken salad, but do it smoked?
The food at the Brownstone is seasonal, colorful, and comes from close to home.
This is a fresh tomato relish, and so what we've got is some heirloom tomatoes from the area with some fresh grape and a little bit of basil, a little bit of sliced garlic, all raw, very natural, very summery.
Thompson's tightly edited menu offers food made mainly from ingredients sourced from the Lone Star State.
What I'm really trying to do is do a lot of the cooking techniques that have existed in Texas for years.
Whether jarring pickles for the Brownstone burger topped with a farm-fresh egg sunny side up, pickling veggies to go with her country pork spread, or canning fruits or vegetables to make a relish, like the one that tops the American flat-iron steak, Thompson's technique is readily apparent.
We need to get back to the mentality of eating what's in season, shopping locally, and using our farmers to provide work. We need to be able to give Texas, we need to be able to give the workers here in Texas jobs.
The bar menu comes out during the Brownstone's reverse happy hour and offers Thompson's fun take on finger foods such as fried chicken legs. There's an atmosphere of fun at the Brownstone, but when it comes to the philosophy behind the food, it's anything but silly.
We just showed you what Casey Thompson can do in the kitchen. Now we want to show you an executive chef in Dallas who loves to use organic produce right here from North Texas to make some beautiful meals. We're going to Eddie V's.
My name is Brad Albers. I'm with Eddie V's Prime Seafood in Dallas. What we're going to be serving today is a arugula salad. It's going to be topped with a warm goat cheese and organically grown mushrooms. This is how we do it. We're going to start off with some Texas organically grown baby arugula. We're just going to moisten this with some house-made champagne vinaigrette. Just a little bit. Give it a quick toss. Nice, attractive mound of salad. This is an organic product grown right here locally. Then we're going to start with some oyster and shiitake mushrooms. They're going to be wok seared, just a nice dry wok. Get it up to heat, about 1400 degrees. Our la-di-da goat cheese. Just going to slide that right in on top. Garnish with Belgian endive. And then we're going to just streak it with some house-made honey mustard. Finish with a little bit of chive. And voila, that is the Eddie V's warm goat cheese salad.
Well, right now we're here with Eileen Lunning. She's the Vice President of Leasing here at the Dallas Market Center, and we are basically in the foodies' heaven of this entire area. Tell me about where we are right now.
We're standing in a 25,000 square foot area that we dedicate to gourmet kitchen items, food items, anything you'll find on your table or in a restaurant anywhere across the United States. Well, some of the items that we carry are a lot of the items that surround the entertainment area. Anything to do with wine and entertaining in your home. So you have a lot of Texas-based things, but we also have a lot of things that, like I said, would sell in a Central Market or a Market Street or a Whole Foods, cross country.
We can obviously see that this is an expansive area. I mean, there's a lot of space here. How many different exhibitors do you have just in this area here?
Well, this area, we have over 150 exhibitors that represent over 2,000 different product types. This, like I said, allows you to really present your business as a corporation on its own without having to go in space with someone else. It gives you that identity.
All right, it all starts here. Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you talking to us
Thank
about
you.
this wonderful, expansive area of food.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Stop Foodies DFW. Have you ever wanted to cook like a gourmet chef but just didn't know how to start? Well, Andrew Tennelian's here to show you how.
I started into cooking because I like to eat.
Pick any culinary cliche.
I was tired of eating crappy food, tired of paying for expensive food.
Oil and vinegar, salt and pepper. Chef Dietzman is proof.
Engineer by day, chef by night.
Opposites impact. You'll find him here on Central Market's second floor in Fort Worth.
And you're watching him, it's all in the wrist. See, it's all in the wrist.
Teaching you to master your own cooking kingdom.
We had good guidance.
They're making filet mignon served with béarnaise, creamed spinach, and roasted mushrooms.
The key to not having the stick when you sear it is hot pan. You see how it's just starting to smoke? There we go. And then you give it a shake. Give it a few shakes, and now it's not gonna stick. You can see it's starting to cook.
Now the spinach.
Like with everything else, if you'll just season as you go, a little bit of salt here, stir, 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 cook, 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 a little bit more salt. Don't overdo it, but just enough to start building those layers of flavor.
I'm thinking the stems are not done enough. What do you think? I mean, is it good? Are we done?
I'll tell you what, how I try. 30 seconds more, something like that.
I'd never done cream spinach before today, and it turned out a lot better than I would have anticipated cream spinach turning out.
On to the roasted mushrooms.
When we were looking around for classes for my wife and I, decided this was something we wanted to do so that we could be able to cook too. And we're cooking the spinach and they're up cooking the mushrooms.
To make the béarnaise, take vinegar and wine.
We're gonna add some of the herbs. What we're doing with this dried tarragon in here is we're infusing this vinegar.
Then mix with eggs.
And the butter, the fat, we want to emulsify. We want a molecule of egg yolk to grab a molecule of butter and vice versa until it gets that nice and creamy sauce there.
Then chill everything in a bath of ice as you cut your meat.
Yeah, that may be perfect for what you want, right?
Yeah. The main course was amazing. It really was. The steak was amazing. It was really good.
I think what made it easy to me was that they had the ingredients all kind of prepared for us.
Teaching people you don't have to be a chef to add spice to your life.
I want to go home and go cook now.
If that's too complicated for you, or you just need a little spice in your life, we've got you covered at Horn & Decker with some pork chop and bread pudding with a twist.
Hello, my name is Sean Horn. Welcome to Horn & Decker Kitchen. Today we are going to be preparing one of my all-time favorite winter comfort food dishes, the brined pork chop with jalapeno bread pudding and grilled asparagus. With me today is Corey Smith. He is a Texan out via Colorado.
When he says brine, I like to brine my pork chop in a little bit of salt water, some fresh thyme, a little bit of honey, a little apple cider, and water it. We're gonna go ahead and salt and pepper this bad boy. I always like to season both sides of my meat. Throw it on the grill, get some good marks. And while that's starting to mark off, we're gonna go ahead and get our jalapeno bread pudding prepped up. We use our day-old biscuits, cut some fresh jalapenos and fresh green onions in with that. A little bit of cream, Parmesan cheese, salt, pepper, and chicken stock, and we go ahead and make a bread pudding with biscuits. I have some chicken stock, and I throw some fresh thyme and butter, and that'll be the garnish of the dish. So while that's gone, we'll go ahead and get some of our asparagus, toss a little oil, salt, pepper, and we'll throw those on the grill as well. So our bread pudding's done. We're gonna go ahead and start to plate the dish up. Asparagus are nice and grilled up, heated all the way through, so we'll go ahead and put those on the plate as well. We'll get some of that That's jus. There you are, guys. Grilled bone-in pork chop, grilled asparagus, jalapeno bread pudding.
Okay, so if pork chops and bread pudding with jalapeno is a little bit too heavy for you, maybe you can try a little lamb. We're heading to Nilo in Plano.
All right, so like right now I've got my lamb in the oven. We put it on the little metal plates here, and I'll let you see it. We got it popped in here. We cook it for 12 minutes. It'll come out medium rare at 400 degrees. Over here, I start off with my basic risotto. And all I've got in there is sauteed onions, the chicken stock, and the risotto, obviously. When we come up here and cook it, I'm gonna add a little garlic to it. I'm gonna add saffron to it, and then to the risotto, I'm adding chicken stock. And I'm gonna let that chicken stock absorb in the risotto. And the saffron is also gonna turn the risotto a yellow in color. So we're gonna let that incorporate, and once this incorporates, I'm gonna add, so far I've got garlic, the saffron, and my chicken stock in here, and then I'm gonna add Parmesan cheese. And once this incorporates and melts all real good, then we're gonna go ahead and add a little whole butter to it. The butter is gonna make your risotto creamy. And you're gonna see how it's gonna turn creamy on you. Simple ingredients, that's what I say. I don't use a lot of flavor to anything. So I've got my French green beans. To this, I'm gonna add a little salt and pepper. The mushrooms we use here are oyster mushrooms, shiitakes, and button mushrooms. What I do with it, we saute them in olive oil, and then I add thyme, rosemary, and oregano to it. And if you, like I said, if you take your time and you do this stuff, your food is always gonna taste wonderful, and you don't have to worry about overpowering, putting a lot of stuff in there. This sauce here is a reduction of port wine, shallots, and garlic. We start off with a bottle of port, and then I reduce it down by half. After that, we have a VEAL demi that I put into it, and then I reduce that by a third. Okay, so it takes about 2 hours for me to make this sauce. Okay, so right now I've got it, and the only thing I'm gonna throw in my berries in at the last minute because I don't want to overcook them. If you overcook them, they're gonna get real mush, and I like to see a lot of color in my sauce. Okay, and the only thing that I'm gonna wait now, and that's all I'm doing, is heating up my sauce. Again, I don't want to overcook my berries. And you see how all your berries are still whole? You just kind of drizzle this on top of your lamb. And then we're going to garnish it with a fresh rosemary sprig. And this is just to finish up the dish. And here you are, marinated lamb with the port wine and 3-berry sauce.
If these intimidate you at all, we have just the class for you coming up next. How to use your knives. Welcome back to Stop Foodies DFW. Of course, when you're cooking, you need plenty of gadgets in the kitchen. Especially, you need some knives. But did you know that there is an art to using knives? Annie Potasnik has more.
Whenever you're ready, you can come in and pick out a seat.
Would-be chefs are honing their knife skills at Sur la Table in Dallas.
90% of what you're going to do in the kitchen, you're picking up a knife, and everyone is a little scared of it, and it's a good place to start.
Class starts off innocently enough as wannabe Anthony Bourdain's sip on freshly prepared minestrone soup and listen to tips from Chef Kearns.
If you learn how to use this properly, it can do probably 95% of everything you need in the kitchen. A lot of times people only use this around Thanksgiving, but it can be very handy throughout the year if you're carving a turkey breast, a pork tenderloin, or anything.
Amateur cooks take notes on the correct way to quickly dice an onion.
Speaking of onions, we're going to start off with that first. I guarantee 99.9% no one will cry.
Chef Kearns gives lessons on how to julienne bell peppers like a pro. People in the class are privy to the professional way to seedlessly dice a tomato.
What I'm going to do is just gently saw the tomato out.
A quick trick to slicing cherry tomatoes evenly is a cut above the typical approach. Chef Kern's goal is for students to pick up a knife rather than reaching for the phone and cut a path into their kitchen rather than going out for dinner.
Well, knives are especially important if you're trying to fillet some nice Texas-raised fish. That's exactly what they're doing over at Eddie V's in Dallas. Take a look.
Hi there, my name is Brad Albers. I'm the executive chef of Eddie V's Prime Seafood in Dallas. What we're going to be serving today for our entree course is a farm-raised Texas redfish topped with jumbo lump crab, Meunier style. What we're going to do is first, by starting with this lovely Texas farm-raised product, redfish, what we've done is cleaned it up, ready to eat, roughly an 8-ounce portion, and we're going to season it with salt and pepper, liberally on both sides. We'll start off by dredging it in a seasoned flour, shaking the excess off. Then it goes into a buttermilk mixture. We're just going to submerge that, shake any excess off, and go in and reflour the fish. At that point, we're going to start off with some clarified butter. What we have here is a nice hot flat top. You could do this at home in a saute pan, cast iron, non-stick pan, whatever your preference would be. Then we'll take the fish and then just lay it down there. Okay, now that we've got some good color on one side, we're just going to go in and give it a nice subtle flip. That's what you're looking for there, is nice texture, good color. Okay, now that we've achieved a nice color on our fish, what we're going to do is transfer it to a some kind of oven-friendly baking utensil. This is a sizzle platter. We're going to put it in our 500-degree oven and cook that for approximately 4 to 5 minutes. So now what we're going to do is we're going to transfer the fish onto a hot serving plate. This is going to be our Meunier sauce. This is a house-made sauce. It's a VEAL au jus, which has been thickened with a brown roux and aromatic herbs. And then we mix a little brown butter in just to give it a nice sheen. So definitely a Eddie V's signature item. They come in and just lightly dress the plate with our Meunier sauce. Come over with our blue crab. Nice large chunks of jumbo lump crab. And then we're going to garnish the plate with a little parsley, fresh lemon, and then some chopped chives. And that's how we do the redfish Meunier at Eddie V's.
I can tell you by personal experience that fish, it's absolutely amazing. So guess what? Celebrities, they want to know how to cook too, and they go to some local chefs to show them how. Here's James Chippendale.
He's conquered the Indy 500, the Texas Motor Speedway, and Dancing with the Stars. What's next for Helio Castroneves? Let's go find out. Helio Castroneves wins at Indy!
So what are we going to be doing here? I'm going to make it feel like Brazil for you. How's that?
Life's too short for you to be sitting on the couch and watching TV.
You did a very nice job. I'm very impressed.
I mean, what was your motivation behind doing Dancing with the Stars, and did you think it was going to take you to a whole nother level?
I had no idea. In fact, the guy that put me in that situation was Apollo Ono, which was the previous Dancing with the Star champion. He's a gold medalist. The guy's an athlete. It was a great experience, and that for me, I'll never forget.
Now that you're in the media all the time.
First of all, if you're a celebrity, you got to understand that if you put yourself exposed, you got to let people come in and ask questions and things like that. But now if you be exposed and trying to block, people are going to try and find a way to ask your questions. So just act natural, act normal. So you're normal. Everybody's this human being. And the racer world for me, it's my safety net. You know, I know when I go back there, I'm safe. But you gotta try now. You gotta try, obviously, in a moderate way. You're not gonna go all crazy, you know, turn out to be like a maniac or things like that. So, but you know, if it's good for you, if it's gonna create you a new experience and things like that, I think you should try. I think I was too focused before, and I'm becoming a little more relaxed and you know, enjoying a little bit more life. See a little bit of other sides. Whew. What's next for me? I don't know. I think it's build a family.
So we've talked about the perfect meals. Now you need that perfect cocktail to go right along with it. Coming up next, the cocktails that'll sure to get you into some major trouble. After a late Saturday night, of course, you always need a great Sunday brunch and a hangover cure. Well, that's exactly what Horn & Decker in Dallas has. They also have this hangover cure called the Horn & Decker Double Decker. Check it out.
The Double Decker is biscuits and gravy. We're going to do a savory pancake over the top, hangover eggs over the top of that, more sausage gravy, candied bacon, and then we're also going to do some of our delicious home fries. And that's potatoes, and then roasted green and red bell peppers, and a little bit of onion.
All right, guys, for the hangover eggs, we're going to start out with a little bit of canola oil. We're going to get our pan nice and hot. We're going to go ahead and add some green peppers, some yellow peppers, red peppers, and onions to that. Throw a little bit of that, 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 a little salt and pepper. We're going to saute that off. While that's sauteing off, guys, we're going to go ahead and start our home fries. We have some Yukon Gold potatoes that we've diced, and now we're going to go ahead and deep fry them. 350 degrees and canola oil. So while our potatoes are gone, we'll come back to our saute pans, our peppers and onions in it. They're just about ready. You want to cook them off till they're translucent. You don't want to cook them too much because they begin to get a little soft. Here we just have some regular whole eggs that we're going to add to this. And we'll let that go ahead and cook slowly. Our potatoes are looking good. Starting to get a nice golden brown. First off, what we like to do, 2 buttermilk biscuits that we make here in-house. Then I'm going to go ahead and get a pancake going. Nice buttermilk pancake. Looks like our potatoes are done, nice and golden brown, the color we're looking for. We'll let those go ahead and just drain off a little bit. Let me get another saute pan going with some more of the green, yellow, red peppers and onions. That's going to be for my potato mixture, tossed like such. We'll go ahead and start to dress up our plate. We'll go ahead and put that pancake on. And then we'll go ahead and garnish it. A little bit of our sausage gravy. And we'll go ahead and tie some of our hangover eggs with it. And there you have it. Horn & Decker Double Decker.
So we showed you how to cure your hangover. Well, now we want to show you how you got there. Check this out.
I'm Mario Vega, I'm the general manager here at Eddie V's, and we're going to make for you today our Founder's Margarita. So the first thing we'll do is get some ice. About 1 scoop. We'll start off with the most important piece, the silver tequila. Do about a 6-count pour, about 3 ounces. And then we add a little Cointreau, orange flavored liqueur, about 1 ounce. And then also a little triple sec. Again, about 1 ounce of the triple sec here. So we have some lime juice and lemon juice ready. And we just give a quick squeeze, about a teaspoon apiece of each juice. Securely top it with your pint glass and give this margarita a really good shake for about 20 shakes. But who's counting? Loosen it up nicely. Transfer all the ingredients into the wine glass. Present it elegantly, and that is our Founder's Margarita.
My name is Nikki Taylor. I'm here at M Lounge in Fort Worth. I'm going to make a traditional chocolate martini. Three count of vodka, 3 count of chocolate liqueur, 3 count of Kahlua, and a 3 count of Cocoa Dark. A dash of cream, and shake it up. Next, you're going to drizzle the glass. And there you go, traditional chocolate martini.
Oh, look at all the chocolate. All right, well, that's going to do it for us for Stop Foodies DFW. Until next time, I'm going to find a bag and take all of these home with me.